Gatunanku fa to gatunan dai gatunan kowa ya murda kowa mai ƙarfi da mai waye yake ya rama ali kuma ɗan yago ali saka ma da alkhairi bayan kana
Traditional sport, they're always interesting watching those sportsy moments there. Welcome you on the show, Sports Updates on Trust TV. Adeni Ajishafe. It's always very interesting when you watch those games. You can only get them mostly on Trust TV. We give you those grassroots sport development to let you have a feel of how it is when it comes to sport. We always want to promote Nigerian stories. Right now, we'll be looking at those stories trending in the world of sport. And we actually look at powerlifting, where one of the athletes, para-athlete that represents Nigeria, the competition, Ezuruke, targets new world record as Paris 2024 Paralympics. He's done it before at the African Commonwealth Games, and right now he wants to see how he can do better at the Paralympics that will be starting by 28th of August over there in Paris. To let you know that Nigeria will be competing in about 4 different para sports: para-athletic, para-powerlifting, para-badminton, not forgetting the para-table tennis. And the good thing is that we have athletes that are ready to represent us in this competition. Wishing them the best there. For Ezuruke, he wants to make sure he breaks and sets new world record that has to do with powerlifting there. And joining us to talk sport is Joseph Peter. Good to have you, Joseph.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you saw the story we're looking at there. For the powerlifting athletes there, is trying to see how he can break world record. In fact, as it is, he's a Commonwealth medalist, and he wants to see how he can do well at the Olympics for the para-athletes there. That's the powerlifter, Ezuruke, trying to see how he can also set record for himself and also for international record. But the good thing is that we have athletes who are ready to represent Nigeria in the 4 different categories of sporting moment in para-table tennis, powerlifting, para-badminton, and also para-athletics. And the good thing is that one of them is already looking forward to see how he can actually break records.
For me, each and every one of those Paralympians that are in Paris right now competing should make it a matter of do or die to win medals for this country, so as to save face, from the previous embarrassment that we went through. It's a good thing that already Ezuruke Roland has the mindset that he wants to set targets. But before he achieves his target, he should please win us a medal, even if he doesn't break any record. But that notwithstanding, does not mean that I'm not wishing him well, or I do not, value what he wants to achieve, his personal achievement. We just want medals in this particular Paralympic. We want medal in order to save face from the previous disaster that happened. And that is what each and every one of them needs to, have it grinded in their mind. As for Ezuruke Roland, personally speaking, he has been a serial winner. So who best to expect, a gold medal from, or at least a medal from, if not him? We're only going to wish him the best and hope that he gets to achieve his feat or the record he wants to break. But while he's breaking that record, he should win us a medal.
Well, winning Nigerian medal is the yardstick right now, coming from Joseph Peter there that joined us from Kaduna. But for Ezuruke Roland, he wants to see how he can set that record, breaks with the one he has set before, and also get to win medal for Nigeria. The good thing is that all of them are battle ready. 28th of August, they will be competing in different categories, and we just hope that out of the 4 events Nigeria actually registered for, we should be able to get medals there. Well, all of them are really trying to see how they will do well. For the para-badminton players, they are also trying to see how they will do. The only 2 of them actually get to qualify for that. We have about 8 para-powerlifters that are representing us in this competition. Wishing them the best for Paralympics that is coming up also in Paris after the main Olympics ended. Well, good one there. Talking about Nigeria. Well, we know that during the Paris Olympics, an issue happened that has to do with Favor Ofili. Ofili right now is not too happy, but the fact that she has actually waved her behind, she ran in 200 meters even though she couldn't win. But the main thing right now is that rumors started going around that maybe she could ditch Nigeria for another nation. Let's look at that story. AFN not worried about Ofili's Ofili's rumor move to dump Nigeria. News actually started flying around that Ofili could switch allegiance to another nation, just like France Obikwelu did, and also not forgetting Gloria Alozie, who actually pitched their tent with Spain and also Portugal. But right now, well, according to the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, they are not worried because they have a lot of talented athletes who could actually run well for Nigeria. But some analysts are also saying that maybe they should just have to quickly find a way to nip this in the bud, either rumor or not. They should just try and see how they can settle it and let everybody live happily so that Ofili can continue to race for Nigeria. Well, Ofili right now is also growing up to be another star that will actually make Nigerian proud, just the way Amusan and Brume is right now. So Ofili is another big star coming up, and from the way it is, we need to hold her down to represent us. And if she says she wants to leave, although it's still a rumor anyway, but AFN are already saying, well, if she wants to do that, they are also not, at least they have enough athletes across Nigeria. Joseph, looking at this scenario, I'm sure that to some extent we should do everything possible to make sure Ofili stays. Whatever happens at the Olympics will be waved aside, and let's see way forward, right?
Yes, I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you, because Ofili is almost a finished product, and we know what she can do. And she's not even really started. Like, this is the time to enjoy what she has in stock for this country in sport. And then they are saying that they do not care. They should care. They should worry. The reason why they should worry is because when it comes to, grassroots development of these sportsmen, we are very, very backwards in that. It's not like we are good. These athletes most times get to struggle and bring themselves to this level where they are now without enough support from the system itself. So it's not as if the system is built to discover talent, groom talent, integrate talent, and produce world champions. Most of our athletes have done it through thick and thin. They've passed through a lot of things, and she is at a stage whereby she's about to start winning things, and there is a rumors going out she might leave, and they are saying they are not worried. They should be worried. For me, I'm worried if Ofili wants to leave and change nationality. That would not be good for the athletics. It's just so obvious. It's not like we are good. If we are good at bringing out new talents and making them good, then maybe okay. Yes, she can go, and then we'll replace her. But that is not the case. That's not the case. This is somebody who is going to, inherit people like Shebrume and Amusa and Toby. So why are they saying they are not worried? They should be worried. And for me, there is no smoke without fire. If there is a rumor like that going on, then it means something is actually wrong. Something went wrong, and somebody within the administration needs to find out what that is and correct that particular happening, so that this particular young lady. But she is an asset. As far as I'm concerned in athletics, Ofili is an asset. So not minding whatever happened at people in Paris, forget about that. This lady is good, she has talent, and she is very, very much, ambitious. So it's time to find out what is wrong and correct it so that...
And we've seen several other athletes. In fact, they just concluded the Olympics. We saw the lady that competed for US who won silver. She was with Nigeria 4 years back, and just because of the way she was treated, she decided to go back to the US. And before you know it, 4 years later, this lady came second in the world of discus. And you can see that really, when it comes to sport development, we need to do our best to make sure athletes get what it needs to get. For Favor Ofili's case, it's getting much more popular. In fact, not only Ofili, Okpeseraye, the cyclist, actually also couldn't race with our Nigerian cyclist. She had to get another one from a German who actually decided to borrow her. But right now, according to the feelers we are getting, the lady too, maybe some countries are already trying to see how they can take her. And if something is not done, who knows? Maybe two of them could actually move away to represent other nations. And the fact is that we need to do everything possible to protect and keep this talent. They will at least stand as level of modality to see how other athletes will copy them or look up to them as stars to watch, and that will encourage young ones out there, because I've seen Upeseraye racing, in cycling rather, and she really knows her onion. Even though at the Olympics she could not win, but we know that when it comes to Nigeria, West Africa, this lady has got what it takes to be among the best. So why not keep her? And for the fact that she's actually spoken out, that could be a big deal against her, because if you speak out to media, you are in trouble, according to the news. If you talk actually speak out, AFN doesn't like that. In fact, most of the federations, I still don't understand why, but they don't like their athletes talking to the press. If you try to do that, you are on your own. That's it. Even at the state level, I've been opportune to meet with an athlete who said, Oga, if I talk to you, I'm out from the little stipend I'm getting from the state government. That's how Nigerian sport is, and something must be done to change that narrative right now. Now, away from the Olympics, let's come back home and talk about a particular team called Doma United. I'm sure, Joe, this is your club, your favorite club, from apart from Kano Pillars. I'm sure Doma United is another club you really cherish. And now, they've been, at least the news we have is that they announced a dissolution of management and also technical crew and backup staffs of that club, trying to see how they can re-strategize and see how everything will start anew. We saw how they started last season, but they started dropping till, in fact, it didn't go well with them and they had to go down. Right now, they dissolve the management and they want to see how they can get it better.
I look at the two teams I support in Nigeria here in the league, and both Kano Pillars and Doma United are, having a restart. I would call that a restart, and it's a good thing. After having gone through what they've gone through, at least it's time for fresh breath to come into play and try to change things. So it's a good development for me. I like what happened, because the previous board did not actually do well. The management, it was very, very bad. Doma was up there with thinking they were going to compete. We're even calling them the Leicester City of England, right? But look what happened now. Before the mid-season, they started dropping. And like play, I was like, okay, no matter how bad it's going to get for Doma, they will not relegate. But what happened? At the end, Doma got relegated. And a lot of controversies on paid salaries and complaints will not play the last two games of the seasons and all that. That shouldn't be found among the camp of a football team that is so young and just into the limelight and trying to achieve things. So it's a good thing that the management is being reshuffled, and everything about it is being reshuffled. Hopefully, the people that are coming in will not repeat the mistake that the previous ones did. Right? It's not easy to stay to qualify up to the Nigerian professional league. But when you do, staying up is another thing on its own, completely different job. So I hope that the people that are coming in will be able to win and also sustain their victory, because it's very, very important. It's not just about winning. When you win but you don't sustain it, then you become a loser automatically. So hopefully this bears well with the Doma Football Club of Gombe.
Well, seriously, it's so surprising how Doma went down the pile, and really, that's the team that was giving so much prospect, and a lot of people fell in love with Doma United. But well, from the way it is right now, they want to re-strategize and regroup and see how they can come back to the MPFL. Who knows? Maybe they can find their way back next season. After all, it happens to Nasarawa United, and they were able to come back. So Doma United can actually take a cue from Nasarawa United and also come back instantly from the Nigerian National League. For Doma United, new board members, technical crew, and every backup staff that will be appointed, all of them should make sure they work hard, and togetherness is the key for them to be able to achieve what they want to achieve with that team from Gombe State. Now, quickly, let's talk about CAF interclub competitions coming up this weekend. It's actually starting, and all the clubs are battle ready. 4 Nigerian teams: Remo Stars, Rangers International, Eyimba, and also not forgetting El Kanemi representing Nigeria. But as it is right now, the story says Eyimba, others, get CAF deadline for the fact that they just have to get their players registered. So by 31st of August, if you don't do that as a club in Africa, forget about it, according to CAF organizers, the organizer of CAF interclub competitions.
Lack of synergy is what is causing. If all the league are in sync as per when to begin and when to end, we will not be having all these cases. some countries league is still on, others are not on, and there is no enough time for teams to prepare. But just like yesterday when we were here discussing about victory of El Kanemi Warriors, and look, before we know it, now the league, the Confederation Cup, and all the cup competitions are about to start, and the league has not even started. So I don't understand that. I think that should be corrected. League in various nations should start before the Confederation Cup starts, because these players get to have a feel of their game settled before they dive into CAF competition. That would be better. I mean, it will kind of prepare them better to perform and give their maximum best. But then it is what it is. That's what we do in Africa. Hopefully Aimba gets to sign the right players, because why these clubs tend to delay is because they are in their transfer window trying to see who and who to pick up and sign. So when you get to submit your list before signing a player, I mean, that's counterproductive on its own. So really, the system needs to be looked into, and the fixtures and everything needs to be in compact, in synergy with with the nations, and then the CAF Confederation Cup, and then all these things won't even be talked about.
Okay, well, hopefully all the clubs from Nigeria will get the list of their players registered with CAF there, so that they can at least prosecute all their games, wish them the best as they start the CAF interclub competition. And as we speak right now, the man that has seen football all over there in Europe, Chelsea, he has been with several clubs, and right now he has decided to actually move to join USA. They call them USWNT, rather. US men national team manager, that's Pochettino, agrees to be right now. Well, Pochettino will be the one to at least be with them and also lead them to the World Cup if they are able to, from the way it is. After all, they are going to be hosting it, so automatic is there for them. So he'll be the one to manage that team. For Pochettino, joining US, this is the first time he'll be coaching a national team. Joe, Pochettino leaving club side football to agree to become USA men's national team. How do you see that? Quickly.
I'm completely, utterly shocked. I wasn't expecting this at all. No chance for me to think that Pochettino would leave club football, and then even if he were to leave club football, I would have expected him to be maybe go take charge of a very, very big European nation, maybe like Italy, per se, where he comes from, and maybe other big teams. But then the USA, I don't know. I feel like that's below par for me. I'm not very, very much excited about his move. But I'd love to see what he would do with the US national team. They have potential, but are they really that good for him to project and transmit what he would want? That's a big question on its own. And then on the side of the USMT, I was expecting them to hire somebody within. Somebody within. When I say somebody within, I mean somebody that knows their league, that knows the league and knows the players, and that way that person can be able to harness the talents that's in whatever they have in Europe. Since Europe is in a greater limelight, it won't be easy to spot those players. It won't be difficult to spot players, so it will be easy for him to spot players in Europe, while that person knowing the domestic league of the USA would be very, very find it easy when it comes to putting up the USA national team and having the restart that they want to have. But for Pochettino, I don't know, he took a challenge, and let's see how it pans out. I don't know how it's going to end up for him, but I don't think this marriage is going to end well.
Okay, let's just believe that to go well. For Pochettino, he knows why, at least as an Argentine, is getting closer to the house. And let's see, maybe really he will be able to offer US what they've been looking for, doing well at the World Cup for men. Maybe they want to host and win, and Pochettino is the man that could give them that particular record breaking ground. Well, good one for Pochettino. He knows why he's the one in the saddle. He knows why he actually signed for them. Who knows the kind of contract he actually signed with the USMNT. Well, right now, quickly, before we go, let's talk about Ipswich agrees season-long loan deal for Calvin Phillips from Manchester City. A lot of people are so shocked with this, with the talented players like Calvin Phillips. Man City didn't go well, and right now we heard that about 4 clubs show interest to get it, but Ipswich seems to be more serious than others for now.
playing football. He fell out of grace when he moved from Leeds United to Man City. It hasn't really been good. He has been left out of the English national team, and a lot of things have gone wrong for him. And Guardiola complaining about him being overweight and all that. So all that plays the part in into this particular move now, because I tried to pay attention to see if there was any bigger team than Ipswich coming for Calvin Phillips, but really there wasn't. I was thinking he would be pursued or chased by the likes of West Ham and the Newcastles of this world, but that's not the case. But then Ipswich, being a small team and having just promoted to the Premier League, would want players that are vastly experienced in this kind of league, and for them to have nicked down by Calvin Phillips is actually a very, very good signing for them. And hopefully, he gets to revive his career and transmit what we know he can transmit.
Well, hopefully, Calvin Phillips will actually get his career back. It has not been too easy since he joined Manchester City over there in England. Well, for Ipswich Town, they will be really celebrating. He's a talented player that he actually signed. And before we go, Saudi Pro League side Al Ahly targets £60 million rated Ivan Toney of Brentford. Right now, they want to get Ivan Toney, and it's a battle of Saudi teams now. In fact, it's going to be two in one story. Another one says Al Qadsiya offers Ivan Toney annual salary of $15.4 million and 3-year deal just to lure him away from Brentford. Two teams are really fighting concerning Ivan Toney right now, Al Qadsiya and also Al Ahly. One is offering £60 million and one is breaking it down, 15.4 per year for Ivan Toney. Big money, big move. Will he leave? He's still waiting for deal to come from English Premier League, and now 3 clubs from Saudi are offering their hand in marriage for Ivan Toney.
I don't know. This money is so huge. But with him, I'll take it and go. The reason why I'll take it and go is because Ivan Toney used to be the hot cake, striker that's been talked about, being linked to Manchester United, Arsenal, being linked to Chelsea, and everybody is talking about Ivan Toney. But since that his suspension, after that suspension, everywhere just gone quiet. I mean, we're having the summer transfer window, and nobody is talking about Ivan Toney. I thought it was going to be the topic,
Joe, we just have to wrap it up now. So sorry, I know you are making that analysis. We have to go right now. Thank you so much for joining us, Joseph Peters from Kaduna. So sorry, but we have to go. Thank you very much. Okay, just having Joseph Peter there, joining us from Kaduna there. Well, for those players that are moving, congrats to all of them. I'm from Trust TV family. Want to say that's the show Sports Updates. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.